Hey, what's up, YouTube investors? Hey, what's up, Palantir fans? This is Steve, the stock market shark, and also a Palantir fan. Guys, I absolutely love Palantir. I absolutely love the stock. It's a high conviction stock that I hold in my portfolio for quite a long while. But guys, honest to be, this stock is basically dancing on my nerves in the last couple of trading sessions. It's really stress testing me, and I just wanted to give you some updates on what's going on. Because guys, as you can see, we are deeply in the red today. And it's a bloody Monday for Palantir. We are reaching to some very critical level, and that's the reason behind my update. I wanted to wait a little bit more following my last update, but we are right there, as I predicted. We are at the 20 USD psychological and also support level. So basically, it's very important to figure out where the price can be heading from here, to have a quick analysis, to bring you some quick research, and to give you a new stock price prediction. So guys, before we start and dive into the details, try to understand where the stock can be heading from here. Try to understand what's the main driver behind the current fall in Palantir and how long can this continue. I would like to ask you guys to take this moment and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see videos like that on Palantir, if you would like to be updated, and if you would like to get the most essential information on this stock and also other coverage on other very popular stocks, then please take this moment and subscribe. This is very important for me to get some feedback that I should put more energy and more time into creating these videos and sharing these videos with you guys. So please take the moment and subscribe. And another reason for doing that is that don't forget that trading together, trading in this wonderful community is much more fun than trading alone. So thanks for doing so in advance. And now let's get started and let's look into Palantir stock in details. So as you can see, guys, we are below 3% minus. It was much more severe earlier, so we were almost down 5%. Basically, as you can see, since the company published its earnings reports, the company lost almost 15% from its stock price. In the last week, we were down 10%. So these losses are basically quite concerning. Paper hands started to tremor. But for the more professional traders, the question is, are we detached from the company's fair value and how long the current losing streak can continue? So let's take a look at the Palantir chart very quickly. As you can guys see, we are at a very critical level, 20 USD, and I highlighted that a couple of times in my previous videos. So since we started the correction, I predicted that we are going to test back the 20 USD levels. And this is what happened today. So as you can see, the Palantir stock, this is a 1 year time frame, daily chart for the stock. As you can see, guys, the stock has been moving sideways since the end of February. There's a quite clear channel formulating in the price movement of the stock. So this is basically the channel, the sideways channel. As you can see, the 28, 29 USD levels served as the resistance line, the upper resistance line in the channel. So these levels were able to turn the price of Palantir and start a correction. And as you can see, the lower support lines of the channel are around 20 USD. There was a breakdown of the 20 USD level at the beginning of May, but this was the only instance. And usually, as you can see, a couple of times, 20 USD level was able to turn the price and the price started rising again from these levels. And this is exactly what's going on currently. We are testing the 20 USD level. We can get a clearer picture of what's going on if we take a look at the 5 minutes chart, the daily chart. Let's take a look at that. So this is the 5 minutes chart of Palantir. And as you can see, we started the day with a huge fall, with a huge red candle, and then dozens of red candles followed. And we've tested the 20, we didn't sink down to exactly 20 USDs. So we attempted to turn a little bit above 20 at around 2020, but this can be considered almost that we've tested the 20 USD levels. So when we got closer to those levels, there were new buyers entering the market. There was some new buying pressure that came into the market, and this was able to turn, at least temporarily, the stock price, and we are way above these levels. So we are around 2070 at the moment. It's a very important question whether this buying pressure is going to last and it will be able to hold Palantir above the 20 USD levels on the longer term as well, or this was just an attempt to bounce back. And now we are going to test again the 20 USD levels. So I think in terms of the price movements, the most important question in the upcoming days is whether the 20 USD level is going to hold or not. If you're not going to hold, then it's very likely that we are going to sink down to the deeper support level that is around 18 USDs. And in the perspective of the news that we received from different analysts in the last couple of days, I wouldn't exclude this option. I wouldn't exclude this option because basically the sentiment around the stock is quite negative at the moment. There were a lot of downgrades taking place. Analysts came in with lower target prices, and this is basically pressuring the stock. This is pressuring the stock, and this can result that the 20 USD level would fall, would break. And before we dive into the details of the drivers behind this heavy sell-off, I just wanted to point you out two technical indicators on the Palantir stock chart. It's very important to capture the momentum behind the price movement. And guys, we started to be essentially oversold. I'm using two momentum indicators. These are very important to basically capture the average momentum behind the stock. One of them is the relative strength index, or the RSI, and the other one is the stochastic indicator. Both of these indicators are basically momentum indicators. They are basically capturing the momentum behind the price movements. The lower levels of both these indicators suggest that the stock is oversold. And usually, when a stock is oversold, that predicts or that projects a potential bounce back from the current levels. As you can see, both the RSI and both the stochastic oscillator give us a signal that Palantir is heavily oversold. And if we examine the RSI in a little bit more details, we can see that whenever the RSI have been oversold, that was followed by a quite considerable bounce back in the stock price. So we can see one example here. For instance, we can see another example here. We can see another example, a third example quite recently. And now we are again touching the 20-point level for the RSI. And my projection is that probably not in the next trading session, but on the short term, this would result in a bounce back in the stock price. So the RSI, the stochastic indicator completed with the 20 USD support level, can represent a strong enough buying pressure to turn the price. It's now 100%. So this is the main driver, guys. You can see the headline on the screen. The headline says, Palantir goes hot and cold with great revenue and bad downgrades. Yes, that's the truth. Palantir has received some very bad downgrades following the Q3 earnings report. The stock has been down 15% since the Q3 earnings report has been published. And let's look into these downgrades in a bit more details. As you can see, and as mentioned in my previous updates, the company met analyst earnings expectations, and revenue for the quarter beat the expectations. But the problem is that the 36% year-over-year revenue growth is strong, but is not as strong as the first half year of 49% year-over-year growth. So this is basically indicating some kind of slowing momentum in Palantir's revenue growth, and that is basically concerning the analysts, that is concerning the investors, and that's basically the main reason why there were some downgrades from different investment management companies and different analysts, and this is basically what's pressuring the stock price currently. The big drop seems to be largely in reaction to an analyst downgrade. This is RBC Capital downgrade. They downgraded Palantir from sector outperform to underperform and lowered its price target from 26 USDs to 19 USDs. So this is one of the lowest price targets. Currently, my understanding is that the lowest price target is around 18 USDs, and this is very close to that one, 19 USDs. RBC Capital analyst Rishi Jaluria cited a number of reasons for the downgrade. Among the issues noted were feeling COVID-related spending benefits, worry that the SPAC-related investment income is not sustainable, and concern that decelerating government and commercial business will make the company's revenue growth targets difficult to meet going forward. In short, RBC Capital fears that Palantir is fully valued at its current share price. So just a summary. And besides the RBC Capital updates, there were some other analysts downgrading Palantir. Another analyst is William Blair. Analyst Kamil Bielczarek says Palantir revenues decelerated in the quarter to 36% year over year, down from 49% in the first half of 2021. So this is the same reason. Basically, growth decreases, growth decelerates, and this is basically raising concern among the analysts. While Palantir delivers strong headline numbers, the growth in the second half of 2021 is heavily reliant on strategic investments. The analyst remains concerned about the business's ability to maintain a 30% organic growth over the near term and keeps an underperform rating on Palantir. So the same reason, again, the same concern, the same risk. They don't find the 30% projected growth rate till 2025 sustainable given the current fallback in the revenue growth. There's another analyst giving a downgrade on Palantir. Citi analyst Tyler Radke states Palantir decelerating growth came into center view in Q3 with weakness in both commercial and government. While guidance for Q4 issued slightly ahead of the street, it still implies slower growth even on an easier comparison and with significant tailwinds from spec-related customer contracting. Also, Wolf Research analyst Alex Sakin lowered the price target from 25 to 20 USD. So there are just a lot of price target cutbacks, and these new price targets started concentrate around the 20 USD level. So basically, compared to these newer price targets, the current share price of Palantir doesn't reflect a considerable discount. And that's what I'm saying, that the 20 USD level can still fall, and we can still test back the 18 USD support level, earlier support level, because that one could basically reflect a higher discount compared to the most recent price targets. And probably that would be the point when new buyers would enter and would feel comfortable for opening new Palantir positions. And just to close our discussions with the positive news as well, there was a Morgan Stanley analyst, Kate Weiss, basically the single one who raised the price target from 22 USDs to 24 USDs. So that implies a quite considerable upside compared to the current price. So he reiterated the underweight rating after delivering another beat versus consensus expectation across all key headline metrics in Q3. This analyst also sees signs of slowing underneath the hood as a slowdown in core revenue and commercial growth, coupled with sharper slowdown in the government segment, which opens up the debate on the durability of Palantir's growth. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm coming with key updates as the price reaches some critical levels, or if we receive some important news on Palantir. Till then, enjoy the trading, manage risk properly, take profits, and take care, and be happy. Thank you very much, and see you in the next one. Cheers.